How to maintain your lifestyle in retirement for less. You don't need the same level of income in your working life as you'll need in retirement. In fact, for many of you, it can be a lot less, possibly over 50% less. Let's look at figuring out how much you'll need to save in order to keep the same lifestyle in retirement. For those of us trying to figure out how much we need to save to get to retirement, you might be surprised to find out you'll likely need way less than your current income, way less to live your current lifestyle, and have a secure retirement. Now, for many of us, that's a bit of a relief. Some of us feel that we're surrounded by got to keep saving messages by financial advisors and influencers that scare us into frantically hoarding all the money we can into our investments, just to make sure we'll be okay. It's a savings anxiety we get because we're not sure where the real retirement savings finish line is. So we'd rather be safe than sorry. But once you get a clearer idea of how much savings it really takes to live a comfortable retirement, you might find you can let your foot off the savings gas a little, if not completely. So let's get some clarity. Let's say you want to keep the same lifestyle you currently have once you enter retirement. To do that, you want to estimate your replacement rate. Now, what do I mean by replacement rate? Your replacement rate is the percentage of your pre-retirement income you'll actually need to maintain the quality of life you have now. For example, if your replacement rate is 80%, then you need 80% of what you're making now to keep the same lifestyle in retirement. Let's put some dollar figures in for an example. Let's say you earn a gross income of $75,000 per year. Before retirement, that gross income might be split up to cover things like savings for retirement, as well as paying your taxes, going to work. Any kids currently living at home are going to college, a mortgage, and other necessities. But when you retire at this income level, costs start going away. You no longer need to save for retirement. You're not paying daily work expenses like commuting and lunch. Your tax rate might be lower. You may have paid off your mortgage, and your kids may have moved out. After all those changes that occur as you enter into retirement, it might mean you need only 65% of your pre-retirement income. This decrease in spending in retirement is well documented by more than 40 years of studies. What they also found is that the percentage of pre-retirement income you'll need will vary with your income level. And the largest declines in the percentage of your replacement rate that you'll need occurs the higher your income is. For example, let's look at someone earning $100,000 per year before retirement. With that income, you're likely saving for retirement at a higher rate and paying taxes at a higher rate. When that person retires, their spending likely goes down, as well as taxes, and having to save for retirement. As a result, this person may need only 50% of their pre-retirement income to maintain their current lifestyle. So it takes less of your old income to cover your reduced expenses in retirement, if your income was high in the first place. But also keep in mind, it does work on a scale based on your income. High earners, people that earn more than $100,000, need to replace less of their pre-retirement income than median earners who make $50,000 to $99,000 compared to low earners who make $50,000 or less. In fact, low earners might need something like an 80% replacement rate. And that's because both before and after retirement, they're spending more of that income on necessities. That consistent spending with no major decrease keeps their post-retirement spending more constant. So let's say you're in one of those categories. How do you financially plan to save and fund that lower replacement rate? Most of us get a hand here from Uncle Sam through Social Security. Your Social Security check can fund a significant portion of your lowered replacement rate. You can see that the Social Security you receive has the biggest impact on low earners, as it will be a bigger part of their overall replacement income. For high income earners, Social Security will be significant, but much less impactful, as its role in the overall percentage of your replacement income will be lower. And this doesn't include the additional ways you can reduce your replacement rate costs and make the funds for your replacement rate go even further. You can do arbitrage by moving to a low cost of living area. For example, if you lived in the East Coast area, like New York, where your cost of living is about 7% above the national average, and then moved to a state with a lower cost of living, like the Midwest, where the cost of living you require is almost 20% less, you've lowered your cost of living. And when all the other cost savings from being in retirement kick in, parts of your retirement fund, like Social Security, can cover even more of your replacement costs. Move into a smaller home. With kids gone, your current home might feel a little too big and feel too much to take care of. By moving into a smaller, less expensive home, or a home of similar lifestyle but less expensive in another area, you lower costs that also let your funds cover more of your replacement costs. Maximize your Social Security. Social Security is basically a government retirement program. When you retire, you get monthly checks based off how much you earn during your working years and when you decided to start taking it. Depending on when you start, it can increase how much you get. If you wait until your full retirement age, around 67 for most people, you get 100% of your Social Security benefits. But if you wait until 70, you get even more, about 24% more than at age 67. With an even bigger portion of Social Security, you have the program help you cover a greater percentage of your replacement costs, meaning you'll need less of your own savings to reach your desired replacement rate. This knowledge will help you not only understand how much you need for retirement, but since it can be much less than you think, you might find you have the ability to retire earlier. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.